Hello, hello. I know for many people they are out celebrating Mother's Day today here in the States. So I hope that all of those that are out there celebrating that you have a wonderful Mother's Day. But today we are going to dive into the collective tarot reading for this week from today all the way through Saturday of the upcoming week. And if you don't already know, my name is Tara with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot. And if you want to know more about me, my links are down below. You can check out my website. You can check out the Leon Mystery School, where I am the head mistress. I teach Mayan astrology alongside many other wonderful teachers and subjects. Also, you can check out the newsletter, Patreon, all that good stuff, and Desert Cauldron, which just had its 1-year shop-iversary on May 1st on Beltane. So check out the new goodies that are on there. We actually just uploaded some magical, beautiful amber onto the site. So I'm pretty pleased as punch about that. So definitely check it out. But today, like I said, we're going to dive into that weekly reading. So before I start off, I always like to cast an elemental circle, and I like to bring in the elements just to kind of cleanse the area. So I'm just making sure that all the messages that we have come through for our best and highest good, and they're as clear as possible. Now, you don't have to physically be with me here in my apartment for you to receive the benefits of being within the circle. Circles are energetic, and therefore they transcend space and time. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. Okay. So starting off with the element of fire, I have my beautiful blue candle, which this one is really connected to the third eye, which I don't know about you guys, but things have been intense since May 1st, actually the day before May 1st, on April 30th when we had that new moon and solar eclipse and everything. I'll share that stuff with you guys after our reading, but woo! Okay. I'm going to utilize also my moon water here. This is actually new moon water. So what I would like to bring in is the cleansing energy. I would like to bring in that high vibe, clarity, cleansing type energy. All right. So just I'm putting that out there. And obviously this is just physical representations of my intention. So, all right. And maybe a little bit for myself. Okay. Next, utilizing a little bit of that air energy, and this is a beautiful piece of sweetgrass that I have. So grabbing my candle, we're just going to incorporate some of this air energy again, just to clear out the area, making it nice and clear. Sweetgrass, so nice, so freaking nice. Okay, and then the wand that I'm going to utilize for the earth energy is actually a wand I haven't used in a while, and it came from a Witch's Moon box that, you know, I'm subscribed to the Witch's Moon, and I've been subscribed to them since like 2016 once they first opened. But this is a beautiful seashell wand, and I want to use this for earth energy because, you know, earth is both land and sea. So let's bring in some of that and let's cast this elemental circle. All right, guys, so we're going to start off to the right, which is the north, calling in those northerly elemental energies. All right, calling in the elements of the north to help us to cast our circle today. Calling in the elements of the east to help us to cast our circle today. Calling in the elementals of the south to help us to cast our circle today. Calling in the elementals of the west to help us to cast our circle today. Our circle is cast. Let our work begin. And so it is. All right, fabulous, you guys. Oh, wow, we have some folks in the room. Hello, Lisa. Lisa says, hi, everyone. How are things? Internet's a bit flaky here today. Yeah, I noticed that. I popped on a couple of times and YouTube was like kind of iffy whether or not it felt like doing a live chat today. Crazy Bunny Lady, hello, hello. Crazy Bunny Lady says the wand is stunning. I know I don't bust this one out very often, but yeah, it's freaking gorgeous. And actually keep it in its box because I'm so afraid that it's going to break. Okay, so I have a list of things for you guys here today. Hello, beautiful. So I want to start off with the Mayan astrological message for the week. Then we'll go into an herb for the week, and I have a particular spread to use for today and for this week. We'll look at the elemental forecast. So all of you guys, depending on the elements that are within your chart. Hey, Amanisha! And then you guys voted on the special question. So on my YouTube channel homepage, you have a chance to vote every week on the question that you would like me to pull cards on. So you guys cast your votes. There was actually a tie between two questions, but I went over to Patreon, and Patreon has also afforded the same chance to vote on those questions. So Patreon was able to create a tiebreaker. So you guys will see what that is. And then I have a couple of questions for the viewers poll. So everybody who's actually in the chat today will be able to physically vote on the next question that you would like me to pull cards on for this week. And then we'll go into a bit of a healing, and then we have super chats and super stickers. So those of you that would like actual personal cards pulled for you at the end of this broadcast, I can do so. Just all you have to do is just sign up for those super chats or super stickers. And then we'll close up the circle and send our gratitudes out into the universe. Okay, so starting off with that Mayan astrological message, today is actually 10 Chichan. And Chichan is kind of like, is the equivalent to Quetzal. Well, I keep wanting to say my my Jeep, because I named my Jeep like Quetzadora, because it's like Dora the Explorer and Quetzalcoatl. So put the two together, I have my adventurous Jeep. But anyway, Quetzalcoatl in Aztec belief, we have Chichan in Mayan belief. So today is 10 Chichan, and Chichan is representative of sexual energy because it's the union between the yin and the yang, the masculine and the feminine. And so sometimes we take it literally and we think about male and female kind of coming together and creating new life. But Chichan is also representative of sky and earth, basically opposites. And so we take that pairing today with the number 10, and it's a union, bringing together balance and harmony between those yin and yang energies. So if there's anything within your life right now that you would like to balance out, today is a wonderful day to do it. But also, if you are thinking about getting a little frisky today, today is also a great day to do it. Amanisha said, happy V-Day. Ending the week, we go into 3 Chuen. So that's kind of going into, I would say it's a feminine energy, you know, as we go into next Saturday. But 3 is a difficult number. So it might be showing us that day where we have blockages as it pertains to our divine feminine. Again, that has nothing to do with our physical earthly genders, but particularly energy. So where we have a blockage in our divine feminine energy, whether that divine feminine energy is in our home and kind of how we utilize that energy within our workspace, within our self-care rituals, where is it and where is it blocked? And we can work on those things. And the number 3 is going to help us out with that. Okay. Next, I want to go into the herb of the week. And by the way, I'm going to have a little bit of water because hydration, you guys. La Luna, hello, hello. All right. So the herb of the week, I have meadow sweet, also known as Lady Meadow. And this is something that if you look it up online, it's actually a pretty common herb. I'm not sure if it grows in all regions, but maybe something that you guys want to look up. But the reason I wanted to pick meadowsweet for this week is because it's an herb pertaining to the heart. So oftentimes, if you want to use it for, you know, physical relief, it's really good for relieving of heartburn and also relieving of inflammation because it has an aspirin-like quality to it. So if you wanted to help break a fever, let's say, or to help you to get over a cold, meadowsweet or Lady Meadow is really good for that. Also really good for the relieving of the symptoms of arthritis, you know, in conjunction with all kinds of other things. So it's a inflammation reliever. but also all things pertaining to the heart. So magically, what you can use Meadowsweet or Lady Meadow for is if you're working on self-love care, like spells and rituals, or love of all kinds, friendship, romantic, all things pertaining to the heart. If you actually want to work on your heart chakra and how to open it up, if there's any trauma that's connected to it or any blockages, you might want to use a little bit of that in your meditation, in your spell work, in the incense that you use. Totally up to you for that. Oh, and I also wanted to put that it's related to, well, everything that's related to the heart, peace, happiness, love, and also it is, and I've taken my little notes so I don't forget, it is a part of the rose family, and we know that rose is a wonderful flower when it comes to the heart. So maybe you guys check out a little bit of Meadowsweet or Lady Meadow, and that's actually how you spell it right there, in case you are wondering. Sharon Thea, hello, says hi to all. All right, so that's the herb of the week. If you don't have that particular herb, then maybe you can find something that's similar that is related to heart chakra energy, and perhaps that might be something you want to utilize this week. Okie dokie. Let's dive into what's going on this week. So I have quite a few decks here to use today. So let me just tell you the decks real quick, and then let's dive into that reading. So this deck here that I'm going to utilize is the World War II, Women of World War II Tarot, and this was actually a Kickstarter deck. Sharon Tia says Lady Mantle, nice. And then my Wally's World Oracle, which if you're interested in my Wally's World, the link is down below. And actually, speaking of Wally, his brother Loki is celebrating his 8th birthday this month, but it'll be towards the end of the month. So yeah, my giant panther is going to be 8 years old. Okay, I'm also going to use the Magic Manifestation affirmation cards. Amanisha said, hence, it's VE Day. Yes, excellent. We also have the White Newman Tarot that I'm going to utilize today. The Legendary Ladies Oracle. I've decided to pick decks, obviously, based on kind of the divine feminine. Not that I'm trying to exclude the masculine, but today just kind of focusing on that. And then, of course, we have our days where we focus on the divine masculine and days that we incorporate both. And then I would like to utilize the notes from the universe on love and connection for the end of the chat. So anybody that wanted to do super chats as super stickers, I thought just kind of pulling a card from here and getting a wonderful message from here might be a lot of fun. Lisa said, love that deck. So, okay. All right, you guys, I know that, like I said, in the United States, it's Mother's Day today. So first of all, happy Mother's Day to everybody out there. And remember that mother comes in many forms. Oftentimes we think of the earth as mother. So if you want to give thanks to Mama Gaia, you can do that today in whichever way feels comfortable to you. For some people, they would like to recognize their physical mothers, their earthly mothers. Some people are mothers themselves in, you know, all the various ways that you could be a mother. Some people are mothering to a project. You've birthed a project. Some people are mothering to children, actual little human babies. Some people are fur baby mamas. And then there are those who are single fathers who take up the role of both mother and father in the raising of their children. And also, if you think about yourself, on the inside, we are mothers to ourselves just as much as we are fathers to ourselves, because it's a masculine, feminine energy that resides within ourselves. So if you think of today, whether or not you have a great relationship with your mother, or whether you have fur babies or human babies or whatever it may be, also think about how you've been mothering yourself. How have you been nurturing yourself in all the ways that we think of the term mother, or even mothering of the earth? How have you been doing that with yourself? So that's something to check in with for today. Okay? All right. With that in mind, I decided to dive into Sasha Graham's 365 tarot spreads and take a look at her Mother's Day spread. So this one, you guys, is not a very fluffy spread. I thought it would be really good for today, and because it's things that we can work on during the week, so that we can take a look at our relationship, not only with ourselves and the mothering of ourselves, but also our physical relationship with our own mothers, whether it be a positive, negative, or neutral relationship. It's something that we need to dive into so that we can work on it, so that we can heal, and then, just become that much brighter, and we can help more people in the process. All right, so this Mother's Day spread, let me just read off the questions and then we'll go over them one by one. I have my decks at the ready. If you guys want to pull cards too, that's fine as well. Okay, so here we go. Number 1, what is the state of my relationship with my mother? Hey, Sherry Bog, what's up? Number 2, what great gift has my mother given me? Number 3, what great challenge does my mother offer me? Sumi, it says Happy Mother's Day to all the mamas. Number 4, how am I similar to my mother? Number 5, how am I unlike my mother? Number 6, how do I define myself in comparison to her? And number 7, how can I best honor our relationship? Like I said, depending on your actual physical relationship with your mom, this might be a very difficult spread today because there might be a lot of emotion surrounding that. But I want to offer this spread because I do want you guys to heal. I want to heal. I want us all to heal. And so sometimes it is about diving into things that are very uncomfortable for us, and also trying to put our ego aside so that our higher self can allow us that healing energy. Oftentimes the ego might want to jump in and say, nope, I'm absolutely not like this person. I don't like this person. This person is not a part of my life, which might be true. Maybe, but let's actually just try to dive in and see what we can do to heal, what we can do to help our relationship with ourselves, if not that relationship with that other person. Okay? All right. Let's do this. And so, like I said, doing it for the weekly reading, I want us to be able to kind of unpack this for the week. Obviously, we're not going to do this spread and then decide, okay, well, that day is done. This is something that we can continue to unpack and work on throughout the week, throughout the month, throughout the year. Okay? And remember that you're a mother as well. Whether or not you've had physical children, you're a mother to yourself. So think about how you have nurtured yourself. How do you take care of yourself? Okay? All right. So let's take a look at Wally's World first. My Wally Walito is going to be our theme card for today. And then I'll pull some cards using that Women of World War II deck for the actual spread. Okay. So let's see. All right, Wally, what do you got for the theme for today through this week? What do you got for us, my little Puma? My little baby Puma. Puma, Puma, you're the one. You're the one. It's so much fun. Okay, Wally's got something. Okay, let's see. Lisa said, I will confess I've not spoken to my mother in years. And Lisa, I will also say that for my biological mother, my earthly mother, I have not spoken to her in years either. I have been doing a lot of work to heal traumas connected to the mother, which is, inadvertently connected to my heart, hence working with some herbs and things that are connected to the heart, because I do want to heal that. I don't want to have this cord and connection that keeps me tied to the past and tied to suffering. I want to sever that. So hence I'm working on those things as well. Okay, so let's take a look at the theme here. And actually, what's interesting is this is not Wally. There are two cats in this deck that are not Wally. On all the rest of the cards, it's Wally. So it's a 64 card deck. So two of them, one of them is this boy right here. So that is George. Or sorry, not George, Herb. And the other one is Presley. So Herb here is actually, I photoshopped him at the top of Mammoth Mountain, where I used to go snowboarding in California. So let's take a look at what that means for today and through the week. Okay. All right. I got you, Herb. All right. So what I'm getting with this, what Herb is coming through with this message, in this photograph that I have photoshopped him in here, in that physical picture of him, he was at the end of his life. He was getting ready for the big transition, hence the winter scene that he's been placed in. And this is something for us to take a look at for not only today, but throughout this week and possibly beyond. What parts of our lives and our memories have become that winter part of our life, you know, that is in the past, but we seem to keep bringing it back into the present. What needs to finally be released? The word forgiveness is coming up. And oftentimes when we think of forgiveness, we're saying, oh, I cannot forgive this person for what they have done because it hurt me so much. But I don't believe that forgiveness really is to say you're absolved of everything that you did, but more to release you from what happened. Saying, I forgive what happened, or I forgive the person because I don't want to be connected to that anymore. I don't want to be connected to this person anymore. I don't want to be connected to the trauma anymore. So I'm releasing that. Will I remember what the person did? Yes. But I don't want to feel that pain anymore. I don't feel like I should be punished over and over again. I don't want to continue to punish myself for the pain that was caused there. So whether it's a person or a situation, I feel like this is a lot of working on letting go. The more we keep the past alive, especially when things that are very traumatic or were difficult for us to deal with, the more that we keep it alive in our mind, because remember, we're great manifestors, the more we suffer in the present. And that's not something that we want. I don't want that for you guys. I don't want that for myself. I want you guys to live joyful, happy lives. I want you guys out there creating. I want you guys out there spreading that love that I know that you are and giving that to people. And the best way that I know how, and and that's why I love doing these live chats, so you guys can chime in too. The best way I know how is to release the past, not forgetting it, but to release it so it's not affecting us here in the present. Okay, let's see. Let's go back here. Miss some of your comments. Lisa said, bless ya. Yeah, I get ya. I've done a fair bit of healing around my mom. And Sumi is saying, Lisa, this card is for you. So yeah, all right. Big stuff, you guys. Okay, so let's take out our Women of World War II and let's pull some cards, taking a look at that Mother's Day spread. All right, whoa, okay. Not that many cards. All right, so give me a moment to pull all the cards first. Okay. Bum, 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 dun, dun, dun. Which, by the way, what do you guys have cooked up for today? So are you guys doing a Mother's Day thing? Are you just having a chill Sunday? Do you got some errands to run today? Are you partying hardy today? Like, what are you guys up to today? I'm thinking after this, what do I have after this? I'm not sure. Oh, we have to list some more stuff for Desert Cauldron, but it's a little too warm to party outside right now. Sumi's doing laundry. Okay. Yeah, I think James is probably going to be doing some laundry today as well. But yeah, we're now going into the triple digits here in Arizona, so spending time outside is going to be a little bit more difficult because heat stroke is a real thing. So you don't want to mess around when it comes to the desert and its heat outside. So you can go outside, probably just make sure that you have plenty of water, access to shade, and know your limits. Okay, let's see. Last question here. Okie dokie, artichoke. All right, so I have pulled all of the cards, you guys. Let's take a look. Okay, so like I said, if you guys wanted to chime in and pull your own cards, that would be great too. But this is just kind of overall stuff that maybe we could all work on. Obviously, it's not every bit of it is not going to connect to each and every bit of us, but maybe some of us. Crazy Bunny Leaf says, I've been replanting my plant babies. Yay! We have a garden, mama. Okay. Actually, my two little plant babies are outside. I have an Italian pine who's only about this big, and I have a lily, a peace lily, who I call Lily. I know that's not very imaginative, but I just refer to them as the Italian, Lily and the Italian. Okay, so question number one, what is the state of my relationship with my mother? Like I said, this people may only get parts of this spread in connection with them because there's a lot of you guys out there. Okay, so what is the state of my relationship with my mother? We have the 10 of Pentacles. So we have this lady diligently working on some technical equipment there. Okay, so what I'm getting with this is for some people out there, obviously not everyone, that the relationship with the word mom or the physical biological mother or the person that raised you as mother, because some people do not know their biological mother, some people were adopted. So the person that raised you as mother, feeling a sense of wanting there to be kind of the almost movie family, where there's like the loving, doting mother, the loving, doting father, and, they love their children unconditionally and things like that. And it seems like due to whatever happened in the past between the two of you, that there's a sense of incomplete, that it is not the mother that we had wanted or expected. So there's a sense of this incompleteness. So in terms of, like I said, for some people, this is obviously not for all the people that are watching. So I'm just kind of putting out there so that maybe you guys could pull cards too, and get obviously a more personal message. But the state or the relationship with the mom right now is a state of incompleteness. I wanted a family like this. I wanted a mother like this, but that is not the mother that I was dealt. So I just keep feeling incomplete with this one. Lisa says, I've been taking care of my plant babies too, making terrariums for mine. Oh, I've always wanted to do a terrarium. This looks so beautiful. All right. Let's take a look at number 2. What great gift has my mother given me? So regardless of the relationship being incomplete, what gift was given to me? So this would be probably something that wasn't a physical material gift, but something through however that person behaved, there was something in there that maybe we could take from it. So let's see what it may be. And we have the Knight of Cups. All right, so what I'm getting with this, the great gift the mother gave, perhaps unknowingly, was your ability to truly understand emotion and the ability to empathize with others. So because there may have been, like I said, for some people out there, not everyone, some people have fantastic relationships with their mothers, and that's beautiful. But even with people that have those beautiful relationships, in a way we were taught how to feel. Some of us were really taught to understand our pain. Some people really taught to understand love. Some people really taught to understand joy just through the actions of their mother. And so from that, taking that into just kind of seeing the world, now we can empathize with the world. I was taught how to love. I could see the love in the world. I was taught pain. I can see when other people are in pain and I can help them. I want to help them as much as I want to help myself. I was taught joy, great joy, or I was, all of these things. Now I can recognize it in the world around me. So regardless of the relationship, there was something with emotion that you were taught to understand those emotions. You can see them in other people now, and you can empathize with them and quite possibly try to help them. Lisa said, resilience. My mom gave me that. I mean that sincerely. Exactly. And I think for me, because there was a lack of unconditional love. Love was earned in my family. because later on I got to see what unconditional love looked like. I got to see the difference between there being somewhat of a false love and an unconditional love, and seeing that in the world and seeing that with other people and trying to help to heal that, that we are love. So love is just, the universe itself is unconditional, that the only time sometimes conditions are put onto that love is within the ego and the human form. And so that is something that I've been taught to see within myself, within the world, and I try to work on it and heal it and help as much as possible. That's something that she gave me. All right, let's see. Going into question 3, what great challenge does my mother offer me? All right, so challenge. The Empress. And so the great challenge is the best way to care for yourself. Remember, I said that mother comes in many forms. It's not just the mother that gave birth to you or the mother that raised you, but it's the mother within us. How do we mother ourselves? And so being able to see your mom as an example, did she show you the best way to mother yourself? If not, did you have to learn that on your own? These are things that you have to think about. And have you picked up some of her traits, the way she mothered her children or the way that she mothered herself? Have you taken some of that on as well? Or have you learned from that and you do a much better job maybe at mothering the self? So what is the challenge that your mother has offered you? Like I said, we have the Empress here, so it's all about mothering of the self. How you guys take care of yourselves, that is the greatest challenge. How kind are you? How loving? How listening? Unconditional love that you have for yourself, no matter what. So thinking of those things. Okay. And going into question number 4, how am I similar to my mother? So this is the one where maybe the ego might pop up and be like, ah! Let's see, Crazy Bunny Lady said, yes, this Empress card definitely hits home. So yes, you guys, don't forget, you are a mother to yourselves as well. All right, so how am I similar to my mother? So this might be quite difficult, especially if we have a difficult relationship with that person, whether they are here or not. So let's see. And if you have a wonderful relationship, well, let's see as well. Okay, so how am I similar to my mother? I have the Queen of Cups. Okay, so I'm getting actually kind of both things here for people who both have difficult relationships, but also much more nurturing relationships with their moms, even if, we all go through our ups and downs in relationships with people. Some people was mostly down, some people was mostly up, some people was just kind of up and down or neutral. But how we are similar to this person is in the way that we deal with our emotions, and that might be something to look into. So I'm not just saying like your everyday emotions, like, oh, I watched a comedy, haha, that was funny. I'm talking about the big emotions, you guys, when you guys are upset at the people that cut you off in traffic, or the way that you love your plants, you love your children, you love your cats, you love, your turtles, you love your friends, and the way that you love the people around you, and the way that you deal with maybe sadness or loss, or when temporary depression or perhaps chronic depression arises. Kind of all of those things may be similar to, not exactly, but perhaps similar to the person that raised us. So take just a little think about your own person who raised you, because for some people their grandmother raised them. For some people it was a single father, taking on both roles. Like I said before, this is not only just like the female in the family. Hey Kay, she says hello everyone. How are you all? Doing fabulously. So just have a little think about when it came to anger, when it came to joy, when it came to love, when it came to silliness, all of these things. How would you describe the feminine energy that raised you? And are you seeing any similarities within yourself? I know our ego, like I said, would like to bounce up and say something, but the ego is just trying to protect us. Okay, our ego is not our enemy, by the way. So just chillax, ego, for just a second. Let my higher self come in and speak to me. So just kind of looking at similarities within emotions, emotional energy. Okay, so perhaps something to look into. And that's definitely hitting home for this week. Oh my gosh. Like I said, at the end of the chat, I would love to share with you guys all the happenings of this week. Oh my gosh. It's been an emotional roller coaster, let me tell you. Okay, number 5. How am I unlike my mother? All right, we have the Ace of Wands. And this one I see, and finally taking action on some things. So like I said, what it does, this one, no matter the relationship you have with your mom, I see that many of you have been able to do the things you say that you were going to do the things that you've been dreaming about, do the things that you've had on your mind. Like, you don't just keep them a dream, but you want to do them. And you are better at taking action on those things than your mothers were. And like I said, whoever that was, that divine energy that raised you. So maybe they have had dreams, maybe they had ideas, but maybe they were a little bit more hesitant. Could have been due to their upbringing, could have been due to the just society that they lived in and how they grew up and the world that they grew up in. But you guys are more apt to take action than your own mothers were. Okay, let's see. Sumi says, it's because we're about to go Mercury retrograde. Oh yeah, dude, that's coming up in a few days. Okay, number 6. How do I define myself in comparison to her? Okay, so how are we defining ourselves in contrast to our mothers? And we have the moon. Oh, wow, look at this lady. Kay saying, great cards for this day. Yeah, I love this deck. Like I said, this was a Kickstarter deck. So I backed this deck, I guess a few years back. Okay, so the moon card, what I'm getting with this one is that many of us like to see ourselves as the opposite. You know, we talk about new moons, full moons, dark side of the moon, the light side of the moon. For us, if our mother was the dark side of the moon, or the new moon, we're the full moon. If they're the full moon, we're the new moon. Like, we like to see ourselves as quite the opposite. And maybe that's, I don't know, maybe that's a societal thing. We like to be like our own independent person, and we don't want to see ourselves as a carbon copy of anybody else, regardless of how we look. You know, I think we like to say, I did this all myself. This is a thing. I didn't need no genetics or help from anyone else. So in contrast or comparison to the mother, many of us, not all of us obviously, but many of us like to see ourselves as her complete opposite. Okay, let's see. Lisa said, Ace of Wands, sweet. Angela, hey, she says, hello everyone. Happy Mother's Day to anyone celebrating. Well, thank you. And which, by the way, I said that, you know, I consider myself a fur baby mama. So I have 2 kittens, but I also have 4 godsons. And I'm going to be seeing them tomorrow, actually, tomorrow on Monday, because 2 of them just had birthdays. One turned 13 and the other turned 12. So I was Trey's godmother, but then my best friends asked me, like, do you just want to be the godmother of the rest of them? Like, do you want to just take all of them? I was like, sure, I'll take all 4. Okay, last question. How can I best honor our relationship? And Sumi is saying, happy birthday. And Crazy Bunny Lady says, this reading has been great. Gives so much food for thought. Yeah, like I said, we're probably not going to unpack this all today. And the reason that I keep reading off the questions is that, you know, hopefully you want to pull some cards for yourself on your own time, do a little bit of journaling or whatever it is that you guys want to do. But this might take a while. I mean, for a lot of people, there's some traumas in there. Even the people that have fantastic relationships with their moms, you know, there's still stuff that we have to work on and heal, especially and including the people that have had not so great relationships with their moms. That this is just, it's an ongoing thing. It's just time for a check-in because of the particular day that it is here in the States, that we want to check in with this divine feminine energy. And then we'll do the same when it's next month, when we get into the divine masculine with Father's Day. And, you know, and then we'll have to take a look at how we are fathers to ourselves. Remember, we have both energies working around within us. So how do we mother ourselves? How do we father ourselves? Okay, so that last question, how can I best honor our relationship? And we have the 9 of Pentacles. Okay, so to best honor the relationship with the mother, no matter what that relationship may be at this point in time, whether there is some anger, resentment, or love and joy, you know, connected to that relationship. Maybe there's some mixed feelings connected to that actual physical relationship. Some people's mothers are still physically here on this plane of existence. Some people's mothers are not. And like I said, mother took many forms, especially we can't forget our single fathers who are also out there that had to take the role of 2 parents, but they were only one. Okay, so how can we best honor that with the 9 of Pentacles is to truly live with gratitude for what we have now, that mothering energy. You know, maybe we didn't have the best mother, maybe we did, but how can we be a fantastic mother to ourselves? How can we be a beautiful mother to the earth, to all of the creatures that are on this earth, all 4-legged, winged, scaly creatures on this planet, creepy, crawly creatures? How can we mother them? How can we be a mother or a mother type energy to our friends' children, to our own children, to, just spreading out that motherly energy? And how can we have gratitude for all that we have in our life? Like me, I'm grateful to have my, you know, kittens. I am grateful to have my godsons. I'm also grateful to be on this planet and all the things that it has, you know, to offer me. And I hope that I can offer some wonderful thing in reciprocation for all of these things that, you know, I am connected to. So, and the best way to honor the relationship with the mother is actually to be a good mother yourself. Whether you are male, female, whatever you identify as, be a good mother to yourself and to the world around you. Okay, so I believe that that's the takeaway. Let's see, somebody said, you mentioned gratitude, and earlier today I watched a beautiful video titled Gratitude by the Psychic Gentleman, worth a watch. All right, so it's Gratitude by the Psychic Gentleman. Okay, putting that into memory. Okay, I'm going to be watching that afterwards. Okay, the psychic, or gentleman psychic. Okay. Okay. All right. I will after this chat. Okay. So, homies, let's go into the elemental forecast. All right. So please tell me, your elemental sun, your elemental moon, your elemental rising, what are your elements? And we're going to be pulling some cards on those elements. So all of the zodiac signs that are in the element of fire, all the zodiac signs in the element of water, of earth, and of air. So let's go ahead and pull those cards, but you guys let me know what are the elements that are dancing around in your Western astrological chart, or maybe perhaps like for me, since I understand Mayan astrology, I am mostly fire actually in Mayan astrology, but in Western astrology, I am mostly air. So fanning the flames, fanning the flames. All right. Let's see. Lisa said, sounds good to me. I will check that out. And Crazy Bunny Lady said, my sun and moon are water. My rising is fire. So yeah, I would be, sun is air, moon is air, and rising is water. Okay, and for that, I'm going to use the magic and manifestation affirmation cards. Bada boom, bada bing. Kay said, I gotta go, friends. Heading to a barbecue with my mom and family. Have a wonderful day. Blessings. All right, same to you. Have a great day. Have a fabulous rest of this weekend. And yeah, have a fantastic week. Have fun at the barbecue. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just pull some cards for each of those elements. So let's see what our fire signs, wherever that is in your chart, have cooked up for them this week, what our water signs have going on, and what our air and our earth signs have going on. Okay, so let's pull some cards for all those elements out there, whatever your elements are. So we'll pull for fire first. We'll follow that up with water. We'll follow that up with air, and then earth. I haven't busted this deck out in a while, but I sure do love it. Okay, all right, fire signs. So whether fire is in your sun, your moon, or your rising, let's see what the fire signs have going on this week. Lisa said sun, earth, Cappy moon, water, Cancer, and a rising water, Cancer. Ooh, double Cancer. I actually have a Cancer, not in my sun, moon, and rising, but elsewhere in my chart. I actually have quite a bit of Cancer. Let's see. All right. Everybody sending good juju. Okay. Fire signs. Are you ready? Are you ready for this week? Ooh, we have the owl, wisdom. All right. So what I'm getting with this fire signs, I feel like this week is going to be another doozy. Like this past week has been kind of, people felt kind of like all over the place emotionally and just energetically. This week, some people have been feeling super like, yay, let's go get stuff done. And some people just like very lethargic. Some people have been having trouble sleeping this past week. So it kind of feels like we're not feeling like we normally do in this past week, for the most part, not for everybody. But for this upcoming week, again, I see maybe the fluctuations, and it could be like Sumi said, we're going into a Mercury retrograde in a few days, actually. I believe it's on the 11th, so it's coming up pretty soon. So the energy kind of doing this, and those of you that take a look at the Schumann resonance, the Schumann resonance is like spiking like crazy. So a lot of people are feeling that energy, and with all of the ups and downs going on, my fire signs, I feel like there is a lot that will be downloaded to you this week, where it's like these epiphany moments, these aha moments, where as your energy is doing this and you're feeling a little out of sorts or a little bit different, it's like oh, wait a minute. Things that didn't quite click before are clicking this week. So I do get that a lot of the fire signs are going to have a lot of, wait, what? Yeah. Kind of like the what this week. So I'm getting a lot of aha moments for you guys. A lot of learning through this kind of up and down and weird energy we have. Oh, thank you, Sumi, so much. So Sumi just emailed me the link. So I will definitely watch that video. So thank you, because I try so hard to remember some of the things you guys say. And I do try to go back and rewatch my own chat so that I could see your guys' comments. But thank you. That helps me out so much. Okay. All right. So let's take a look into water signs. So I said the water signs was next, and we have color, which made me think of watercolors. And this is indeed a watercolor. Like it's a watercolor painting. Okay. So this week, for all the water signs out there, wherever your water sign is placed within your chart, sun, moon, rising, or perhaps, planetary placement, how we see the world, like the colors that we see, whether the world to us looks vibrant or looks dull or looks like it's in chaos or it looks stable, is really through our own filtered lens. We are painting the world, so to speak, with our own eyes, through our own experiences and the way we feel about the things that we are looking at. I could be looking at the outdoors right now, which I am actually, because I'm looking through my window. And for me, it looks like a beautiful day. It's 88 degrees out there. It's sunny. It looks beautiful. Some people would look at that same day and say, oh my gosh, it looks awful out there. It's freaking hot. I don't want to go out there. There's people out there. I don't feel like being around a lot of people. So Same thing going on, 2 different points of view. You put 5 people in there, now you got 5 different points of view. So it's how we're painting it. So for the water signs, please take stock about of how you see the world. And so if somebody has a different opinion of, than you, saying, oh no, I'm seeing things this way, this doesn't make them wrong. It's just a different perspective, and it's just a different opinion. Now you can take that through your own filter and see if you resonate with it or you connect with it, or maybe you don't, in which case you say, well, that's just how you see things and this is just how I see things. Maybe you guys can meld your watercolors together or not, but at least try to remain open this week. Just remember that not everybody sees everything exactly the way that you paint the world, because we're all individuals. We all have their individual experiences. Yes, we are all connected, but for our human selves and our human experience, it's very different than the major connection that our higher selves have. So just kind of keep that in mind. Angela said, yay, Loki. That's a great name for a kitty. Can we meet Loki? I would love to, well, probably wouldn't be able to do it during a live chat, but if I do have a chance to go back down to San Diego, because I'm in Arizona right now and my boys are in California. So when I get to go back to California, I would love to take tons and tons of video and show you guys my babies. I miss them so much. But Loki looks like a Loki. And dude, he's big. He's like 18 plus pounds. He's a big boy. And he's not chunky either. He's just a big boy. Okay. Let's take a look at our air signs. All right, air signs, we have inspiration. All right, like I said, there's going to be a lot of energy going on. There's already a lot of energy going on. So to go inward into meditation, center yourself, it is a lot easier than normal to access inspiration, contacting the muses. If you are needing some help problem solving, creating something, this is the week to do it, you guys. So if you are trying to bring some of that inspiration down from the heavens, so to speak, this is a much easier week to do that for all of the air signs. So just kind of keep that in mind, especially, you run into a hiccup. All you have to do, center, ground, go inward. What is the best way to overcome, get around, take a different route from this hiccup? Boom. It's like messages just coming in like bam. All right. So air signs, just keep that in mind as well, that if you want some knowledge, all you have to do is ask because it's going to be there readily available for everyone. I just feel like it's a lot more clear. Like everybody's channel is just a lot more clear right now, however it is that you guys connect. So Lisa said, watercolors means softness and subtle to me. Very nice. Very nice. Actually, yeah, I prefer watercolors because of, they're the way they look so soft. And I do like some art that has kind of the more harsh edges and more angular and more contrast between the colors. But I don't know. I prefer watercolor because of its ability to just kind of meld into all the other colors and just create something beautiful. Angela said, for anybody triggered by the day, make it a day for your self-care. Put you first. There's no pressure to celebrate a day that hurts. Exactly, Angela. So remember that we are mothers to ourselves as well. So don't forget to mother yourself. All right. For our earth signs, ooh, okay, all right. We have power. And what I'm getting with this is it was like, how do I want to put this? Like how you come across to others and your ability to kind of take control of situations is like threefold this week. So, it just feels like your energy is just upped in ante. So, whatever earth sign you may be or wherever that placement may be, it just seems like you're a little bit more intense this week. So just kind of keep that in mind when working with others, but also keep it in mind when you're trying to get stuff done, that your energy is a lot more intense. And actually, I was like looking at this and I was thinking today is the moon is actually in Leo, and I don't think we go into Virgo until tomorrow. And I know Leo is a fire sign, it's not an earth sign, but kind of that Leo type energy, that very intense, in your face type energy. Just be mindful of the energy output this week, you know. So I was like thinking of this like really odd scenario where somebody comes up to you and says, hey, you know, they're like looking, they don't have a watch on their wrist. They're like, hey, do you know the time? And you're like, yeah, man, it's almost 11. It's like you're coming across that way, even though maybe you don't want to come across that way. So just be mindful. Your energy may be coming across to others as a little intense, but also you can use that to your advantage if you're trying to get stuff done or you're trying to set up some boundaries this week. It's like, dude, you got some power behind you guys this week. What time is it? What time do you think it is? Sumi's like, okay, Diabolical Steve, I know I've been hanging out with him a little too much. He's like rubbing off on me. What time do you think it is, bro? Lisa's that in mind. It's like, hey, what's for dinner? Why do you ask? Oh my gosh. One day I'll bring out Diabolical Steve for you guys another day, but I miss having him on this channel. Crazy Bunny Lady says, I have to go too. Thank you so much for the beautiful messages. We'll watch the rest of this live later. Have a great day, you all. Have a beautiful day, Crazy Bunny Lady. Have a good night's rest. I do believe you are out in the UK. So yeah, it's pretty late out there. And Lisa's like, Diabolical Steve. So yeah, Crazy Bunny Lady, have a great rest of your Sunday. Have a fabulous week. And yeah, we'll catch you next time. All right. Oh, the special question. So this is the question that you guys voted on the homepage of my YouTube channel. So there were 4 questions. Like I said, there was actually a tie between 2 questions, and then I had to go to Patreon and actually see if there was a tiebreaker, and Patreon, all my homies over there were able to do the tiebreaker. So that one extra vote from Patreon counted. Okay, so let's grab the deck for that. And here was the question. All right, what truth is my ego hiding from me and why? So that was the winning question. What is my truth, or what truth is my ego hiding from me and why? All right, you guys. And I do believe it was Sumi had commented that all 4 of the questions were absolutely perfect. Yeah, I was curious to see which one would actually be the winning question for this week. And it was that one. What truth is my ego hiding from me and why? All right, and for this one, I'm going to use the White Newman Tarot. So I was just pulling my cards out. All right, are you guys ready? What truth is our ego hiding from us and why? What truth is our ego hiding from us and why? What truth is our ego hiding from us? And by the way, the person that came up with that question was James, because we kind of brainstormed some of the questions together. So that was his question. What truth is my ego hiding from me and why? What truth is my ego hiding from me and why? Okay, we have our card. So I'll put that like that, and that like that. Okay. All right, I'm curious. Let's see. What truth is our ego hiding from us and why? And we have the Hanged Man. Okay, give me a moment with this one because this is actually a big question, and yeah, I want to get the whole aspect of it, like what truth is it and the why. Okay, so ¿por qué? Let's see. Whoa. Okay, you guys, this is kind of a big answer. So you guys unpack this however you want to, and however this connects with you. Maybe you even want to comment on it. But all right, the truth that our ego is hiding from us is the truth of perspective. Our unwillingness in certain situations, certain bits of information that we come across, our unwillingness to see a different perspective. Whether this is information that we came across this past week, today, yesterday, something to do within our family, our friendship circle, or perhaps the world at large, this is an unwillingness to see a different perspective. Now, the other part of the question was why? Why are we unwilling to see a different perspective? And what I was getting with that is we may feel that being wrong, that perhaps seeing a different perspective means that the perspective that we have been seeing things through is wrong. And for some reason, we're attributing right and wrong to perspectives when most people just look at them as perspectives, not necessarily a right and wrong. But for many of us, we do attribute right and wrong when it comes to perspectives. And so the ego feels threatened to be wrong about a particular perspective. Now, why does the ego feel threatened about being wrong? Because many of us may have a perfectionist attitude ingrained within us. It may have been due to upbringing, that we have to be perfect in all ways, or that you can never be wrong because it makes you look dumb, so to speak. These are all, I'm just getting things that other people within our sphere have just kind of coded into us and programmed into us, that being wrong means that you're not perfect, and not being perfect is not a good thing, that it's a bad thing. Therefore, taking it into the present moment, we come across a bit of information, we're unwilling to see a different perspective, because due to that programming on the inside, we feel like if we look at this thing from a different perspective, I could be wrong. To be wrong is bad. To be wrong means I'm not perfect. If I'm not perfect, that makes me wrong. That makes me broken somehow, like a bad person, the bad child, because you didn't do good. So this is something to look into and unpack, and something to heal for many of us. Is this feeling that we need to always be right, that we always need to be perfect, because of, this doesn't seem like our words. This is somebody else's words. Somebody has programmed that into us. And like I said, this is probably going to mean something different to many of you guys out there. Yeah, wow, that was a big question. Whew. So yeah, it was all about perspective and the fear of being wrong in that perspective. So being unwilling to look at things from a different point of view, just due to programming. This is programming. This is not truth. It's just programming from other unhealed people. Unhealed people programming it into you, saying that you need to be perfect, you need to always be right, and to be wrong is the worst thing in the world. Whew. Oh my goodness. Whoa. All right, so definitely something to unpack. Lisa said, nice one, James. That's a heavy hitter question. Angela said, honoring my matron goddess with some candles, possibly out to dinner. That sounds fabulous. Fabulous. All right. So, wow. That was a heavy hitter question. You guys unpack that however you need to. I'm going to too. Like, whoa. All right. So let's go into some other big questions. This is the one where you guys get to vote. So this is the viewers poll. So hello, everybody that's in the chat today. All right. I have two questions for you guys. If you can, please just vote for one of those two questions, either with a red heart emoji or a green heart emoji. If you don't have access to hearts, then you can just type in red heart or type in green heart. Lisa said, yeah, this hangman interpretation links pretty directly back to my relationship with my birth mother. Oh my gosh, stuff just coming up, and that made me dizzy actually. I've been getting some crazy downloads lately, and it's been making me very dizzy lately this past week. Okay, so all right, you guys, get ready. Get your emoji fingers or thumbs or your keyboard ready. But here we go. Here are the two questions that James and I came up with actually. So question number 1, how can I be a better mother to myself? Okay, if that is the question that you want me to pull a card on, please vote with a red heart emoji or just type the words red heart. Okay, question number 2, how am I throwing myself off balance? If that's the question you want me to pull a card for, please vote with a green heart emoji or just type the words green heart. Okay, again, the questions are, how can I be a better mother to myself? That's for a red heart. Or how am I throwing myself off balance? That's a green heart. All right, you guys, the floor is yours. Go ahead and type in red heart, green heart, or just throw up those red hearts or green hearts. All right, so throw them up. I'm gonna drink some water because, dude, that last question. All right, Sumi's already jumped in with a green heart. La Luna is jumping in with a red heart. And for anybody who's just joining the chat right now, everybody's just voting on a question they would like me to pull a card on, and I'm going to use the legendary ladies for this particular question. So the questions are, how can I be a better mother to myself? That's for a red heart. Or how am I throwing myself off balance? And that one is or how am I throwing myself off balance? That one is with a green heart. All right, so far we have 1 green heart, 2 red hearts. Do, 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 do. Keep voting, you guys. Do, 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 do. And I know some people are stepping away from their phones or computers at the moment, so I just want to give people a little bit of time. Excuse me. Okay, so remember, we still have 1 green heart, 2 red hearts. Do we have any other votes? Throw up those red hearts or those green hearts. Angela said, I have to go. Hope to catch you all live next time. All right, all right. Angela, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Have a beautiful week, by the way. All right. So we'll do a countdown. Are we ready? Maybe we'll do a little 10-second countdown for everyone. All right, here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Are we ready? That was it? Last votes? Okay. So it looks like, oh, Beautiful's coming in with another green heart. So we have, we have a tie. Do we have somebody who's in the chat right now that can do a tiebreaker? Because right now we have 2 green hearts to 2 red hearts, and we need a tiebreaker. Is there anybody in here that would like to break that tie before we actually dive into the question? And if not, oh, Silver Star Priestess, hey! All right, Silver Star Priestess is jumping in with a 3rd green heart, breaking the tie. So it looks like it's going to be busy hands. So just doing a recount, we have 1, 2, 3 green hearts and 1, 2 red hearts. All right, here we go. So 3 green hearts, that's our winner. And the question is, how am I throwing myself off balance? How are you guys currently throwing yourselves off balance? Again, using the legendary Ladies Goddess Oracle deck. All right, how are we throwing ourselves off balance? Let's see what the cards have to say. All right, looks like we already have our answer. All right, we'll put those there. How are we throwing ourselves off balance? Okay, let me make sure I pronounced the name correctly, so give me just a minute. Okay. Chalchintlikyu. Fresh start. So kind of like goddess of rainbows, the rains. All right, so how are we throwing ourselves off balance? And actually, if you look at this picture, everything is within balance. You have the balance of the rainbows. You have the balance of what looks like almost lilies on her belly. You have the balance of the feathers in her crown. The fish that are below her, the waters, are balanced. So how are we throwing ourselves off balance? Give me just a moment with this one. I'm getting emotional imbalance. So throwing off the balance of our environment and our interaction with others is our emotional imbalance. Where do emotional imbalances come from? Usually us ignoring particular emotions that are arising to the surface. You know, what I have been learning is that, you know, our emotions were there before we had physical speech. And so we expressed our emotions as a form of language. Now we've evolved and we have speech now, but we still have those very primitive emotions. And so they still very much have a language and they still speak to us as much as we try to utilize those emotions to speak to those around us. So when emotions arise in a very busy world that we feel like we don't have time to deal with, or that's too painful right now, or I don't have time for that right now, or I don't have time for silliness right now, you know, even if there are more like silly type emotions, we just stuff them down. And by stuffing down some of those emotions that are coming to the surface, we've created an imbalance emotionally. And so we take this imbalanced emotions into the situations with our friends, our family, our coworkers, the world around us. So this is not to berate you guys or, you know, to say that you've done something wrong, but really just something to take a look at and say, oh, okay, that explains a lot of what's going on in my environment. Perhaps I want to take a look at the emotions that I haven't given a whole lot of thought to or a whole lot of acknowledgement to. So this is just a check-in so that we can correct those things, so that we can go in and say, okay, what have I been ignoring lately? And let's work on those things to bring things back into balance so that I can bring my environment and my world, my immediate world, back into balance. Okay, so that's what I'm getting with that one. Woo! Oh, hold on. My candle was going crazy for a moment. All right, so how are we throwing ourselves off balance? So it was a emotional imbalance. So just think about the emotions that maybe you've been too busy for, or you've said that you're too busy for, that you won't have time for, or it's just a lot right now and I don't particularly want to deal with that right now. So maybe take time to acknowledge those emotions, work on some of those things so that we can bring back everything else that's going on in our lives back into balance. All right, so hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Hopefully it connects. Simi said lilies, like what you have in your garden. Yes, like my little peace lilies. All right, and actually she's not showing a whole lot of lilies right now just because it's been so hot. So she's just got her green leaves at the moment. Okay. All right, you guys. Oh, all right. We've gotten to the point in our chat where we can go into a healing. I love this part. I have my drum here. So I'm going to take you guys through a quick little guided meditation while we have this time. It's just a few minutes. It doesn't take too much. And then I also want to, let me move this, use my quartz tuning fork to kind of clear everything out. So with this and with this guided meditation, my intention for you guys is to give you guys a space where you can focus on what your intentions are for this week. What do you want to bring in this week? You know, of all the messages that we had, I know that they're mostly centered on the divine feminine. And again, that has nothing to do with gender. How do you want to work on, incorporate the divine feminine? How do you want to work on your emotional energy? Thinking also of your elemental messages that came through, the elemental messages for the week. Just what is your intention? What do you want to work on? What do you want to bring in? Is it a feeling? Is it a belief? Is it a creation? And what do you want to release? And Sumi is going to be focusing on healing. So yes, so just think of those things. I want you guys to focus on what the intention is that you want to bring in and the intention for release. So maybe you want to release trauma, you want to release pain, you want to release cords connecting you to the past that are keeping you from living a full and beautiful present. Maybe you want to release, some of those things that are surrounding the word mother, and maybe ways we've not been a good mother to ourselves. We want to release that, and we want to bring in better mothering energy to ourselves. So just whatever you guys intend. Let me just clear the area real quick with this tuning fork. My little. Here we go. Now this one isn't very loud because it's a frequency vibration, which actually is connected to the root chakra, which is the chakra of home, of foundation, of stability. And we just want to clear this area right now. Okay. All right, you guys, get into a nice, comfortable spot, whether you are sitting on the floor like me and sitting on something comfy. If you're sitting on your couch in a chair or you're lying down in bed, just make sure that you're nice and comfortable. Maybe not so comfortable that you'll fall asleep, but definitely nice and comfortable. All right, Lisa is going to focus on cords to the past. Yes, release. All right, so think of those things. Keep them in your mind, that focus in your mind. And just start to relax the physical body. So bringing the shoulders away from the ears, letting the neck get nice and loose, letting the arms get nice and loose, torso, legs, feet. And bring your awareness to your breath. Notice the rise and fall of your chest. And I want you guys to notice how deeply you're breathing. Is it shallow? Is it deep? Are these big, full breaths? Are they somewhere in the middle? Just taking notice, that's all. And next, I want you guys to take a nice, full, deep breath that's bringing air not only into the lungs, but into your diaphragm and your stomach as well. So let's go. Nice deep breath in and go. Hold. Release. Nice full exhale, belly button to the spine. Inhale. Exhale. And on your next inhale, I want you to breathe in your intention. What do you want to bring in? Breathe it in. And as you exhale, think about what you're releasing. Let it all go. Breathe it all out. And continue breathing in this rhythmic pattern. You're bringing in, you breathe it fully in, let it fully fill your body with that intention, and you're releasing with that breath, that what you no longer wish to have in your life. that what no longer serves you. Let it release. So breathing in your intentions, breathing out your intention to release. Okay, continue breathing in this manner. I'm going to start on the drum while I continue to walk through a visualization. I want you guys to imagine that there are roots coming out from your legs, your feet. These are your energetic roots. They may look very much like the roots of your plant babies. And notice these roots diving deep into the soil of the mother that we live on, Mama Gaia. Her rich, fertile, nourishing soil. And we imagine these roots twisting and turning, weaving, connecting with all the other root systems on this planet, both energetic or physical. The physical roots of trees and flowers and plants. The energetic roots of crystals, of animals, of other humans, and all other energies. And we bind and connect, and we're reminded of our interconnectedness, no matter what form we came to on this planet. And your roots make their way to the core of our Earth Mother. And they find her heartbeat. It is the place of all creation, of all love on this planet. And wrap your roots around that core. And I want you to breathe in that powerful, stable, mothering energy up through your roots. And you are reminded that you are grounded and you are protected at all times. And allow her energy to fill every part of you, every cell in your body, every organ within this vessel. And now imagine her energy making its way out your crown chakra, blasting up to source energy. And that bright white high vibrational light that our soul comes from, raining down through our crown chakra, our third eye, our throat, our heart, solar plexus, sacral, root chakra, down to our energetic roots, down into the heartbeat of Gaia. And as you visualize, see yourself as this beautiful conduit of energy. As above, so below, dualistically integrating themselves into your being. You are both human of this earth and spirit of the stars. Be reminded of this power that you hold. Nothing is impossible. No harm shall come to you. Continue thinking of your intentions and your visualization. right, you guys, start bringing your awareness back into your body. If you wish, go ahead and start wiggling your fingers and your toes. And if you've had your eyes closed this whole time, go ahead and open them back up. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys enjoyed your weekly messages. Hopefully it gave you guys some food for thought. And also you might want to utilize the spread that I worked on earlier, you know, hopefully to note of the questions so you can pull some cards for yourself. Definitely do some journaling. And like I said, those of you that are celebrating Mother's Day today in whatever form that may be, I hope that you have a wonderful day. Don't forget to also mother yourselves first and foremost. And yeah, so I had mentioned earlier in the broadcast that if anybody wanted me to pull a card for them from Notes from the Universe on love and connection, I could do so through the super chats or super stickers. So if you wanted to do those super chats or super stickers, go ahead and do that now. And then afterwards, I will just close up the circle and we'll do our gratitude. So, all right, I'll give you guys some time while I just make some room here for anybody wanting to do super chats or super stickers. So there's this. And oh, by the way, you guys, on Monday, James encouraged me to make a video of the meditation that I normally do at the end of my weekly broadcast, but also for the zodiac readings that I do, the monthly zodiac readings. People seem to really like my little guided meditations. I know they're just really short, but I decided to do a little video for that. So if you just wanted to listen to a guided meditation, then that will be available on Monday. It goes live at noon Pacific Standard Time. So, okay. So again, anybody wanting notes from the universe on love and connection, super chats or super stickers, but let's go ahead and start closing up that circle. So I already had to kind of blow out the candle because it was igniting other parts of my candle holder. All right, but let me grab my awesome seashell wand that I used at the beginning of today's broadcast. This is the one that came from the Witch's Moon a while back. Just love it so much. And let's thank the elemental energies for bringing us all into circle today. And it doesn't matter when you watch this live chat, whether you were actually in the chat today or you watch the replay, energy is energy and it transcends space and time. So when you watch it, you're within that circle. All right, so thanking the elementals of the north first for helping us to cast our circle today. And thank you to the elementals of the west for helping us to cast our circle today. Thank you, elementals of the south, for helping us to cast our circle today. Thank you, elementals of the east, for helping us to cast our circle today. The circle is closed, but the circle remains. As above, so below, as within, so without. Merry meet, merry part, merry do we meet again. Thank you, and so it is. All right, you guys, thank you so much. I would like to express some of my gratitudes here. Thank you to everybody who has done super chats and super stickers in the past, and thank you to everybody who is thinking about maybe doing a YouTube membership, and to everybody who popped into the chat today, everybody who subscribed to the channel, everybody who's given this video a thumbs up. It definitely helped what I do here so that I can continue to do what I do here. This is my full-time job and I love what I do, connecting with you guys, hanging out with you guys, creating a sense of community, helping us to heal and to grow, raise the vibration of everyone around us. So that is, to me, like the best thing ever. So thank you so much. And thank you to my patrons. So naming you off by name, for Michelle, Syrian, Brandy, V, Samara, Kirsten, the Silver Wheel Witch, Charles, Jason, Kayla, and Brian. Thank you all so very much, all my homies over there on Patreon. And like I said, everybody who is subscribed to the channel, thank you so much. Everybody who hung out with us today, interacted with us today, thank you, thank you. So I will catch you guys next weekend. And oh, you guys voted for the zodiac readings. Okay, so I put a little poll out there of what time would work best for everyone. And it looks like we'll stick with our 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, which is technically 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, Arizona, because Arizona doesn't do the whole daylight savings thing. So right now we are the same time as Pacific Standard Time. So that's why I'm using that time right now. But yeah, so it seems like 7 o'clock. We'll stick with that when we do get to the June zodiac readings. I'm also going to put a little poll out there of whether you guys want to continue with our weekly collective readings either here on Sundays or you want to go back to Saturdays. You know, I just wanted to try out Sunday, see how you guys liked it, see how I liked it. But I'll ask you guys in another little poll if you would like to go back to our Saturday chats, which are usually around noon, or we do them at 10 a.m. like we have been doing on Sundays. So definitely let me know. Okay. All right, guys, have a wonderful rest of your day. To those celebrating Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Like I said, whether you got some four-legged babies or you have some human babies or winged babies, whatever it may be, plant babies, I hope that you have a marvelous day. And don't forget to, number one, be a fabulous mother to yourself. All right, have a great rest of your day. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out. Bye, guys.